morning. Welcome to South Shore Vocational Technical High School's annual open house. Behind you, what you're seeing is our online application process. Every student who enters has the opportunity to register online. They can continue to follow through on that application. In fact, they can be interviewed on campus here today. So they will have their application interview all taken care of before they leave here today. We're going to go ahead and move on from here right into our workforce learning, education, and academic programs area. So if you'll follow me into the next room, I look forward to seeing you there. I've made it pretty clear that South Shore Voc Tech is a school that works and it's a school that goes to work. But we are a career and college-ready school. Behind me, you'll notice our academic programs. Your student can expect to take all of the core competency courses that they would take in any high school. In fact, our students are well prepared for college. We do very well in our state tests, and you can be assured that if your child wants to go to college in their pathway, they will do so, and they'll do so with a skill set that takes them directly into an appropriate college pathway. They will know what they're going to do when they get there. Here we are to talk to Mr. Paul Bello about our work-based learning education. South Shore Voc Tech is a school that works. In fact, we are a school that goes to work. Paul, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So our philosophy here at WBLE is to get every student in their senior year out on some type of internship or co-op, and to fulfill the needs and the wants of our community around us, to find jobs and opportunities for our kids to succeed in what their career base will going to be. And we deal with about 900 to 1,000 companies right now.
This year, we're priding ourselves out on having about 40 kids out on co-op already, and it's just the beginning of the school year. As students become entrenched in their programs and we find appropriate placements for them, we look forward to getting more kids out on co-op. We're also taking great pride in the fact that we have resources for transporting those few kids who need transportation to jobs or externships, shorter experiences in the workforce. If your child wants to get out to work, we are going to get them out to work. In fact, we are expecting our students to have work-based opportunities before they graduate from South Shore. Here we are again, and here I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our work-based learning education program. And it's an umbrella organization for both co-op, externships, as well as co-curricular activities such as Skills USA and Business Professionals of America. I'm here with Sara today, and she's going to tell you a little bit about the Skills program at South Shore.
So Skills USA is basically the Vocational Olympics, and you go and compete with your shop. There are a lot of good opportunities that come out of it. It's a lot to do with, helping others, community service. And as ambassadors, we do a lot of fundraising. We donate to the Doug Flutie organization and Be Like Brit. And we're also doing a Savers Drive next weekend, so just bring your gently used or unused clothing in, and all the money goes to charity.
I can also add that we have done a great job getting our skilled workers out to national competitions almost annually. A couple years ago, we had an allied health student who came in within the top 5 in the nation, and last year we sent a welder in who performed very well on a national level. So this is a program for leadership and workplace skills. In fact, we all know that the jobs that are coming for our generation of students is in the skilled workforce. And so if you want a skilled worker to go on to work or college, this is a great place to get started. Now I'd like to move on and introduce you to Alana and Sara from Business Professionals of America. Here we are again to learn a little bit more about the Business Professionals of America organization here at South Shore. This is a co-curricular organization, meaning that it supports learning that's happening in the classroom. Alana's going to tell us a little bit about the program in general. Alana, tell us a little bit about BPA.
Well, BPA is basically a program that we have at this school that is mainly an extracurricular activity that teaches high school students, such as myself and Sara, the necessary business skills that we'll need when we later join the workforce.
Thank you, Alana. And Sara, tell me a little bit about your crowning jewel, the thing you're most proud of right now.
Right now, last year at Nationals, we were represented with this Outstanding Achievement Award of Community Service because last year, our Relay for Life event, we raised a lot of money for the American Cancer Society. And one of the activities we did in school to raise money for it was the flocking, and flocking was a huge success.
I myself was flocked last year. This is when the students donate these beautiful animals to be dropped into classrooms en masse, and my classroom was flocked very well. And to wrap up the year, the Relay for Life is a closing event which really highlights a community spirit in our school around philanthropy and giving, where we all make our way out to the track and walk as many laps as we can and support that with our own donation. So a great day from the BPA. I'm here with Ben Duncan. He's a senior in Allied Health and a student who's involved in a lot of our extracurricular activities here. Today, Ben's going to tell you a little bit about our student council and other extracurriculars we have available to us here at South Shore. Morning, Ben.
Morning. As she said, I'm Ben, and I'm the president of Student Council and National Honor Society. And what those clubs really try and do here are better the school community within the school and without the school, without side of the school, is what I was trying to say. So through that, we do fundraisers and we do school spirit boosters and things like that.
And you're here today. Tell us a little bit about how you're supporting our open house today.
So for today's open house, what we're doing is a scavenger hunt. So the prospective students can go around to all the clubs, athletic booths and stuff like that, and they can get things signed off. So it gives them an excuse to go talk to people that they might not want to talk to.
Thanks, Ben. You can expect that your child will have a full, rich high school experience here at South Shore. Athletics, co-curriculars, extracurricular activities, as well as opportunities to be ready for the workforce and college. I'm excited to have these students tell you a little bit about Desmos and the Barbie Bungee project. I know that our esteemed teacher, Mrs. Palmer, loves Desmos. Cassie, Rapoza, tell me a little bit about what Desmos is and what it does.
So Desmos is basically an online graphing calculator. We use it quite frequently in the math department. So what it does is you can type data in, you can make a table or just type plots, and it'll graph it for you. So if you look over here, you can actually see the points, and so we graphed it and then we did a line of best fit through it.
And now Rosa Gachia is going to tell us a little bit about the Barbie Bungee project that's the result of the hard work that they've done on Desmos. Rosa?
So basically what we did is first we used 7 rubber bands. First we used 0 rubber bands, and we drew a line, and then we dropped the Barbie, and then we just kept doing that until we find the correct amount of data, and then we measured it, and then we put it on Desmos, and then we found our line of best fit in our plot, and then afterwards we calculated using math and stuff to see how many rubber bands it would take us to drop Barbie all the way to the floor, but not have her hit her head.
And what do we expect from the Barbie Bungee project today? Are we going to be successful?
We hope so.
I think so.
All right, good luck, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning again, and we are lucky to stumble upon our Whitman School Committee representative, Dan Salvucci. Dan, can you tell me a little bit about how you see the value of vocational education in Massachusetts?
Well, vocational education in Massachusetts is now growing and growing. Even our governor was down here, and our assistant governor was here talking about the importance of vocational education. I mean, without vocational education, we wouldn't have buildings built, we wouldn't have the increased academics the way it's going today. I mean, it's unbelievable. At one time, vocational education was just for, I'd say, boys at one time when I was growing up. But now you see a lot of females are now into education as far as seeking a vocational education. And it's just amazing of what they can learn and what they can do. And it's vocational, as I say, is not just for boys, it's for male and female, and they all can learn and do a great job.
It's always exciting to make my way down to our Culinary Arts department, who provides resources for a lot of our in-house events and also runs a full-service restaurant on the other side of the house. Today I'd like you to reintroduce you to Leeann Monteiro, and then we'll meet our student Chris. Leeann, tell me a little bit about your program and what you'd like the community to know about you.
First and foremost, I want to tell everyone to make sure that they be a part of this. The community it's all about their community. I love that we have a smaller school. They have more one-on-one attention and focus, and the kids just get everything that they need. Every single program has wonderful attributes, and every kid gets what they need in our program.
And they do. Leeann and all of the program instructors here do exactly that, making sure that our students leave here with an opportunity to be career or college ready. Chris, tell me a little bit about what you do when you're in the front and the back of the house. Tell us about the front of the house and then the back of the house.
Okay, so the main thing with the front of the house is that you learn how to be a server or a waiter or waitress, that's commonly referred to. And you basically get to figure out how to use a POS system and learn a lot about what the front of the house is like. You get to figure out people, get to meet people very well. You learn how to do sales, things like that as well. It's a very, very fun experience when you're in the front of the house.
And then tell me, Chris, what are the different sort of pathways you experience in the back of the house? What are the skill sets you learn back here?
You get the chance to do line work, so on the back line behind me, you get a big chance to learn how to use very, very different pieces of equipment, whether it be a convection oven or whether it be a grill or anything like that, stovetops. You learn what it really is like to be almost a chef in the industry. You get to learn everything there is. And when it comes to bakery, you get to learn how to make many baked goods. You get to learn how to use different piping techniques, everything.
Chris, tell me what you imagine your career opportunities to be, either for straight to work or straight to college when you leave this program.
Personally, I think that you have either way you can go to, but my personal plan is I want to go to college for it, just because I feel like when you go to college, they get to polish you off a little bit more and make sure that you learn a little bit more about it. So honestly, my personal plan is to go to college after this, but when you leave straight for the workforce, you get enough knowledge here to be able to do whatever you want there too.
We're back here in Culinary Arts to learn what they're serving up hot on the line today. I'm here with Josh and Taylor. Taylor, tell me about one of the items you have on the line today.
We have a turkey pot pie, which is turkey, carrots, and peas, and a cream base.
And tell me about what kind of a sauce you had to create to build your pot pie.
I actually didn't make this, but it's chicken base, water, and heavy cream.
Turkey.
And turkey, obviously.
And I know that there's sort of like the 7 essential sauces. What kind of a sauce is this?
This is...
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, honestly.
Well, I bet you'll be learning that in the second half of the school year. We'll get into that. Josh, tell me about the other item that you have on the hot side of the line today.
Well, we're making spaghetti and meatballs.
Tell me a little bit about how you're serving this today.
So we're taking pasta from over there, and then we're putting small portions and then putting them up on the under the hot lamp, as you can see right here. Two meatballs, and then put sauce on it. Just a little bit of parm on it, and then a breadstick, and then serve it.
I'm curious to know what you each plan to do when you leave high school. I know you got a couple years before you do that, but with the skills you have in your program, do you see yourself going right to work, right to college, or a little bit of both? Josh, tell me what you think you're going to head to.
Probably a little bit of both.
And what does that look like for you? Staying in the trade?
Probably.
Excellent. Taylor, tell me a little bit about your plans.
I want to go to college at Johnson & Wales or the Culinary Institute of America.
That's a very clear and decisive plan. I look forward to visiting you on campus. I'm excited to introduce you to Meg. She's going to tell you a little bit about the stations she will learn as she makes her way through this program. Meg, tell me a little bit about what you learned in the back of the house.
So I learned the process of managing a line and how to become a manager in the bakery. The front of the house, it taught me how to serve and communicate with the public.
And tell me a little bit about the different stations. So we've got what looks like a saute station, a fry station. Yep. Tell me about what happens when you're in the pot stink. Tell me a bit about what you learn about the skills of the industry back here.
You learn how to time management and just all the different things you could possibly.
Now we find ourselves here in computer information technologies. I'm here with Chris, who is a senior in the program of study, and right behind us is a security system training resource that was just purchased with a well-funded grant. And Chris is going to tell us a little bit about this program.
Yeah, so CIT is computer information technology, and what we have behind me is a system where we can show how a security system like a lock out a building or fire alarm or cameras. And we can play with these and figure them out in the shop. Now, since we just got them, we're still working with them, but it's a lot of fun so far.
Well, this is a very timely resource, and it's going to train you for jobs that are going to become available in security. So important stuff. Chris, tell me a little bit about an overview of what students can expect to learn in their 4 years in this program.
So if you were to choose this shop, freshman year and sophomore year, you would tend to learn the basics of how computers work, as well as software and operating systems. And these are good to learn. And then in our junior and senior year, you're going to be building up on these skills. So your junior year, you're going to be learning about networking, and this is how computers are going to talk to one another. Your senior year, you're probably going to learn more about servers. This ties in a lot with networking, as well as the previous chapters. So that way you're always building up what you're learning.
Chris, my final question is about the career and college options for a student who leaves this program. It's really important for folks in our communities to understand that out of every program there is a straight to work opportunity and a straight to college opportunity. Tell me a little bit about straight to work and then straight to school.
So if you were to go straight to work, you would actually have some certifications from being in this program. I have a Microsoft Technology Associate in Security Fundamentals, as well as a Microsoft Certified Professional. Now, I believe we're going to be updating this throughout the more years so you can get more certifications as time passes, and we're always trying to improve the program. So if you were to go to work right away, you would have some of those certifications. So you could work at a help desk job at really any place that needs a help desk position. And if you were to go to college, you could go to college for a computer science degree or an information technology degree, or really any degree with requiring computers. Some people might be interested in computer engineering, some might be into health systems or business information technology.
Chris, you are going to be out in the real world. A year from now, you will no longer be a student at SSVT. Where do you envision yourself? Where do you think you're going to be?
I plan on going to college and learning how to set up infrastructures for businesses, such as their LANs, WANs, MANs, stuff like that, which is basically how a business's network is going to connect, how their computers are going to talk to each other, how their servers are, and how those offices are going to talk to other offices.
Thank you, Chris. Great chatting with you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And here we are in our metal fabrication welding program, where students learn the basics of welding right through the opportunity to really become artists in the trade. I'm here today with Mr. Bob Mello, who's going to tell us a little bit about the program. But before I do that, I just want to point out what's behind me here. You will see a gigantic shark, which is in fact a bike rack that soon you will see outside the Scituate Public Library. Mr. Mello, what are some of the skills the students are going to learn as they go through this program?
Yes, some of the skills the students are going to learn here is we have MIG welding, TIG welding, and stick welding. This particular project behind here, which has been solely built by our 10th and 11th graders, mainly because all of our seniors are on co-op right now.
That's good stuff.
It's been fabulous this year. The welding process that we're using to join this shack together is TIG welding. It's a real fine skill, hand motor skill. This shack is all stainless steel. The students, like I said, they completely bent, cut, and fabricated all this material themselves. Some of the other items that we do in the shop, if you want to take a walk around and scan with the camera.
Sure.
If you continue on over here, up to my left, there is a gate. That's a security gate for the school. So the students built that and fabricated it themselves. If we continue down, I don't know if we can scroll this way. We have a bed post that the students have made. They actually took regular steel, cut it up, welded beads onto it to make it look like bark, put it in the forge, taped it out, welded it on using the MIG process. We used a rolling machine here to get some of the curvature to some of the other components. Further down there, you'll see that the students have built a set of stairs. That's typical of construction in our industry. And there's also all kinds of other ornamental things around the shop. We have a set of table legs over here. The kids made some fishtail scrolls out of, welded it all up, blended the welds in. And then we have some freshman exploratory projects over here. If you take a quick look, you'll see that there's a log on the table. The freshmen build that log using a MIG welding process. They also do the same thing with a dice cube, but that is constructed with the oxy-fuel welding. And again, we have a name project over there that students actually bend up the metal, form it, and then weld it together with the MIG. So there's a vast majority of different things that you can do in the metal fab welding trade. It's endless. The careers are endless. The demand is there. It's just an excellent trade to be involved in right now.
I do know that the demand is there. Can you tell me a little bit about the straight-to-work opportunities our students enjoy?
Yes. The great thing about the co-op program is that the students generally have a job here. Like I said earlier, all our seniors are currently employed. So they're going to go straight to work. They not only come out of this shop having an OSHA 10-hour certification, but they also have an AWS D1.1 green card certification. So they're ready to go to work. The employers are in demand. They want these students. We also have several different unions who are now taking our students. I have a student that came in the other day. He's making $51 an hour welding gas pipe. I could not believe it. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. So the opportunities are definitely here for the students to excel as long as they apply themselves.
And as we've said time and time again, South Shore Voc is a school that works. Your students will have the skills to be employable upon graduation. They can go straight to work, they can go straight to college, and here's another example of those students who are in high demand to get straight to work. Thank you, Mr. Mello.
Thank you, Mrs. Baldner.
I'm excited to be here today in Collision Repair Technologies with Mr. John DeAndrea, one of our instructors, in our really amazing new spray booth bought from Global Finishing Solutions. It's an exciting resource for the program that I'll let him tell you a little bit about.
How you doing? This is the new spray booth we had installed this past summer. Global Finishing Solutions. It's a high-tech, semi-downdraft heated booth. Basically, it's probably one of the best booths you can buy in this day and age, and we have it for the kids, for their use, and it's definitely going to be a big change and a big help for us moving forward as a shop and learning the new technologies.
I know it's brought a lot of excitement to the students here, and we're looking forward to seeing what kinds of products you can produce in your new resources.
I just want to update you on all our new products. This is the actual brains of the new booth, the control system. We actually bake the cars at 160 degrees for 30 minutes. After it dries down and cools down, we can actually pull the car out and it'll be done and ready to go. We can start putting it together, the kids can wash it, and it can be delivered that same day. We also have our own paint mixing system. We have a whole new line that we just purchased, and we're gonna be using this as we get through our PPG system. So we get the latest touch screen and everything else to mix the paints as well.
Welcome to Electronics and Engineering. This is a program that has received significant grant funding in the last couple of years so that they have the newest technologies available, including 3D laser printing. I'm here with Matt today, who's a senior looking at WPI as a college option. He's going to tell us a little bit about what you learn in electronics over the 4 years and what the career and college options might be. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
Can you tell me a little bit about the basic skills you learn over the course of 4 years here?
So when you start freshman year, you work in soldering and prototyping a lot. You build small circuits. Eventually, you work up and you build an entire line-following robot. That's our freshman year project. And then sophomore year, your project is to build a blimp that is controlled by RC, just like an RC helicopter would. And you go through the whole process. You design it, you manufacture it, and you test it yourself. Everyone makes their own, and it is a contest at the end of the year. And then when you get to your junior and senior year, it's a bit more free form. You can choose the projects you want. The teachers kind of help you out. You find something you'd like to make, and you can make it. The teachers will help you find a way to make it. The school will find a way to get what you need to make it. And we have all the equipment to make almost anything we'd like to make.
So you use an inventor's process to use the scientific principles of engineering, of problem solving and inquiry to build projects that suit your own interest area?
Yeah, our whole project guideline, you start off with a proposal for the project. You have to find all the parts that you might need, and then you build it up prototyping it to see that it works. And then once you've prototyped it and made sure that it works, you make a more permanent board for it that's going to work permanently or could work permanently. And once you finish that, you have to write a paper of a theory of operation, proving that it does what you want it to do or that there were any issues that you resolved throughout the process.
Matt, tell me about your plans for after high school and tell me about your confidence level in entering into those plans.
So my plan after I leave the shop is I'm going to go to college. I'm looking at Worcester Polytech and I'm going for a 4-year bachelor degree or maybe even a 5-year master's in electrical engineering. After that, I'd like to get into audio technology and work with maybe home theater or electronic repair. And the school's working really well. They have a lot of co-op systems that you can go out and work a job with a company in the area and get real-world knowledge and technology from them. So not only do you have the shop theory and all of the practical application in shop, you have the real-world application and know how things connect to what you would be doing in life.
Do you feel that our academic and vocational program combined is provided you ready for the college experience?
Yeah, I've been working on the application process for a little bit now, and I found that I've had most of it done for a while. The academics has prepared me, and we've worked on it together to get the applications done, and the shop really puts me ahead in skills.
So we've talked a lot about the career-specific options for kids. Can you tell me a little bit about what a student might do for a job upon graduation? They choose not to go straight to college. What might they do straight to work?
So a lot of the jobs in this industry are either manufacturing or repair. We have a student going out right now. He's going to work on cars and do the computer systems in cars. We've had students go out and do roadwork signs that are all digital and repairing. There's been appliance repair, fixing TVs, refrigerators. There's all sorts of different jobs. There's any manufacturing where they design computers, where they design boards. It's all included in something you could do. And you could also go into a production and prototyping business where you're designing things for a customer and then making them at whatever scale they'd like.
Matt, that's really exciting to think about. So a student could be creative in thinking about the employment options, thinking about working for a relatively large local automotive company and servicing their vehicles, or making their way into a municipal job helping with CIT needs in that area. So exciting in soldering electronic needs in those areas. So Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like to introduce you to our cosmetology department head, Kate Darling. She is a highly skilled professional instructor who's going to take you on a tour of her shop. I'll see you when we're done.
Welcome to Cosmetology. This is our underclassmen shop. Our underclassmen is for our freshmen and sophomores. They come in here and they are able to learn the foundation of everything that we do. Freshman year, they get a focus of wet and thermal hairstyling. Sophomore year, they start learning all the skills necessary for hair cutting and hair coloring, because their junior and senior year will bring them out into the upperclassmen side, where we run a fully functioning salon. Salon Beverly is open Tuesday through Friday to the public, and we have a great clientele. Last year, really exciting over here, we were able to equip all of our underclassmen stations with Paul Mitchell professional equipment. So each station has its own blow dryer, flat iron, curling iron, and a full complement of brushes. It really gives our students the ability to work with professional tools and see what it's like to work in the real industry. So I'm going to bring you over to the upperclassmen side of the shop, over into Salon Beverly. You can follow me. So this is where the juniors and seniors get to take all of their education and get to take clients. This area over here is our multimedia learning area. We have laptops for all of our students to be able to find inspiration, to write papers for related theory. This area is also a great place where we're able to perform educational demonstration and teach our students some of the more advanced hands-on techniques that they get to use in our salon. Over here we have our manicure tables. Our manicure tables are set up right now with students who are showing some nail art, and our clients are able to do this. And then over on this other side is where we take all of our clients. So each of our stations over here are equipped with their own sink. So each station, each student is able to use the sink at their station. We take up to 12 clients at a time. and they do really beautiful work. They do everything from hair cutting, hair coloring. They do more advanced color education over here also, where they're learning balayage and highlighting techniques. The other side of cosmetology is not just hair. We also do skin. Over here we have our facial room. In our facial room we do a great basic facial. We're also able to do waxing services, and we have our paraffin wax for our spa manicures also. We work with Paul Mitchell products and a color line. We have a great partnership with them where we're not only able to work with such great products, but their demonstrators come in and give us more advanced education a couple of times a year, which is fantastic.
Here we are in cosmetology, and I'd like to introduce you to Alana, who I know had a very busy day in cosmetology yesterday. This is Salon Beverly, and it is a live shop, so students do practice here, but they also see live clients in their junior and senior year. Alana, can you tell me a little bit about your day yesterday?
What I did yesterday was I worked on a bunch of hair. I did a couple updos, I did a haircut, and I washed someone's hair, and we work on clients as well. I can't take clients, but other people can take clients, and they worked on a bunch of foils, hair color, and everything.
And how many clients did you have walking through the salon yesterday?
9.
And that's a lot for students who are learning the trade. What was the atmosphere? Tell me about the professionalism and the way your classmates responded to that busy, busy day.
They worked well, and they handled it very well. They worked efficiently, and they worked great.
Do you think it models a real-life salon experience, what happened yesterday?
Yeah.
That's great. That's all we want to hear. Thank you very much, Alana. Well, it's a surprise to find the electricians actually in the shop, because like it is in your community, the electricians are always very busy, whether that be in our municipality, in our local communities, in homes in the region, or here on our campus helping us service electrical needs throughout the building. I'm excited here to be here with Mr. Eddie Caril and Mr. Alex Call. Mr. Carl's going to tell you a little bit about the program and the co-op opportunities for our kids in electrical, and then Alex, a recent 2016 grad, is going to tell you what he learned here in school and how that transferred into his life after high school. Mr. Carl?
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Baldner.
You're welcome.
So here in the electrical program, I'll hold that straight. We try to give kids, or our goal here is to teach kids how to be apprentice electricians, and we give them all the training, educational-wise and skill-wise, both sides of the house. I do the related electrical, and then Mr. Hohenleitner and Mr. Condon do shop work and outside. We do a lot of work in the communities. We do a lot of work in the school. And Alex was one of our students that we very early identified as one of the kids who had good mechanical skills, wanted to become an electrician. And so we helped him get down that path. And he has become, I would have to say, pretty successful. He has a good job. He went through our co-op program. He was one of the kids that we depended on. He picked up the stuff. It's not easy to be an electrician, but he picked it up, and he's done really, really well with his education that he got from here. And maybe he can tell us a few things about what he got from South Shore and what he's doing now.
I don't really know where to start. I guess.
Alex, tell me a little bit about where you went on co-op. Where did you go? What year did you go out? What was it like as a student making money during the school day?
I guess it started the summer in between junior and senior year. I went out with Suburban Electric. It wasn't co-op yet, but I don't know, I just learned from school and used it in the trade to just have work in a good workmanlike manner,
Alex, tell me a little about your senior year. When you were a senior in high school, were you in school every day, all day? How did that work?
On co-op?
Tell me about the pattern. How did it work?
Oh, so once a week, every other week we'd switch from academics to co-op. On co-op cycles, I'd go out, work in the trade or wherever they would send me, basically. Work with a guy, just do service calls, stuff like that. In school, we'd come back, it'd be the next week. We'd come back, learn whatever we needed to learn in academics, the standard subjects, basically.
And then tell us about what you're doing now, Alex. You have graduated in May of 2016. It's like a blink away.
Yep.
But here you now are in October, the year after graduation. What are you doing?
Just working still. I mean, 40 hours a week plus,
Okay.
you know.
And are you continuing to work for the same company?
Yeah, I still work with Suburban.
So that co-op job that started the summer before your senior year of high school has translated into a real work experience that you could, if you chose to, stay with for quite a long time?
Yeah, I could stay with them until I get my license, and then even after that, or move on to something more.
So we are a school that works. We get kids to work. Alex is an example of a student who went through our program. He was successful in our co-op from summer before junior year right through senior year. He's still in that program at Suburban. He is an apprentice electrician. When he earns his full licensure, he can choose to apply there as a licensed electrician. He can go out and work for another company, or if he chooses to do so, and I know this is on Alex's mind, whether or not he wants to go on to post-secondary education. So both options are there for our students. Thanks so much, Alex.
No problem.
And thank you, Mr. Carr.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite shops is Carpentry. As a daughter of a framer, the smell of sawdust brings back really great memories of family. And I'm here today in the Carpentry shop with Mr. Tom Bodio, who's gonna tell us a little bit about what a student can expect in their 4 years as a carpentry student. Good morning, Mr. Bodio.
Good morning, how are you? Some of the things that we do in carpentry is teaching the kids the starting, hand tools, power tools. We progress to projects, and each project is designed to introduce all of the machinery that you'll see around in the shop. There are small projects working all the way up to actual big buildings and houses. Some of the things that we teach, and the most important thing that we teach in the school, is work habits. And we're telling the parents that if you have good work habits, then that will carry on from your entire life. The kids don't even know it, but every project they do, they build on their confidence. And as their confidence grows, we see a change in the kids. So expecting in here, we have no expectations other than we're trying to make these kids the best that they can be. Draw the talent out of them and then see how good they do. And if you look around, there are 12 kids that are here with us today. They've been asked to volunteer and they happily did it. They could be anywhere on a Saturday, and they're here and showing off their shop and introducing the people who are coming today and telling them what's all about our shop. So that's kind of the things that we do.
I agree that the kids here really are spectacular, coming from so many different towns. It is in their programs of study, in their shops, where they build community, and they do look out for one another there. In addition, there are always career and college options available to the students.
Yes.
Mr. Bodio, can you tell me a little bit about what a student might do going straight to career or straight to college? What are those options?
Well, career, we have several job bosses that are calling us at times, and so we try to line up the student to what the boss is asking us to do. Now that's become very difficult because he's looking for kids and there's 15 kids applying for the same job. So our thing is you've got to have an edge. So we teach these kids, have portfolios, have written documents so that when the boss asks, what have you done at South Shore Voc, they have evidence to it. Like we have to have evidence, they have to have evidence to the things that they've learned and done here. As far as college, if a kid has a desire to go to college, we have some colleges that we work with, tech schools and that type of thing. So we'll track the kid to it and find the best college that suits that student. And then there's always that chance that they can fall back on what we've taught them throughout the years. So that's kind of how we do it.
I really appreciate your message, Mr. Bodio, which is really about ensuring that the student gets what they need. This is a
Absolutely.
relatively small school, and the program instructors do a great job knowing their students and helping them find the career pathway that's a just right fit for them, whether that's straight to work or straight to college. Our program instructors really guide them on a path to success. Thank you, Mr. Bodio.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So here we are in a live production shop in the carpentry program. I'm going to start by asking Joe a little bit about what's going on here.
Right now we're putting the seat slats on the Adirondack chair that we're building, so you can sit on it, obviously. So this is the final stage in building the Adirondack chairs. And then after that we just have to put on little brackets here for decoration, and then it should be about done.
And what's the end result of this project? Where are these amazing chairs going to go?
They're going to be going into a raffle, which will be donated to the people who enter it.
So folks who have attended the open house here today will have the chance to win a chair that you built during the open house today. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So now I have another question for you, if you don't mind. I know you guys are always busy in our community, that you do municipal jobs out like in the Hanover Bandstand, you do jobs for Habitat for Humanity, you do some revision work for folks. You also do a lot of work in right around our school campus. Can you tell me the project, Joe, you're most proud of?
The project that I'm most proud of is actually right out there. It's the maintenance building. It's going to be an office and a garage for all the janitors and everything. We started it last year, and about this time last year it was just the foundation, and now if you look outside you can see that we have all the walls up, we have the roof shingled, we have the whole thing papered, so I'm pretty proud of that. It came out good.
This is really a legacy program. You have the opportunity to build something that's going to stand the test of time. So when you drive past here as an adult, you're going to see the product of your labor. So labor, tell me a little bit about that. Where do you see yourself? What are the straight to work options for you, and what are the straight to college options for you?
Well, right now I'm on co-op and I'm framing houses, so I could go into that field, but that's not something that I want to do right now. Right now I want to go to college and I want to study to be a structural engineer, using what I learned in the shop, and when it comes to framing and everything structural, plus the related side of it gives me a lot of options when it comes to college and engineering programs.
So Joe, you feel like the options are there for you if you decide to go straight to work?
Oh, absolutely.
And they're there for you if you want to go straight to college?
Absolutely.
SSVT, a school that works. So it's been a great day here at South Shore. Thank you for joining us for our annual open house. We've really enjoyed having you. It's been great to see all the programs of study in action. And next time we'll take you through our Allied Health program and learn how students work their way into a CNA licensure. Check out the great new machinery in precision machining. Those students are in high demand. In fact, they are sought after almost weekly for co-op and postgraduate placement. The same is true in HVAC and automotive, all programs that we just didn't have time to get to today, but look forward to having you join us again next year as we have an open house annually in the fall. It's a Saturday activity that is open for the whole family. Bring grandma, bring auntie, bring uncles. You never know who they might know who would have a student who's a just right fit here at the Voc. If you've seen this and you're interested in applying to the Voc, please check out our website, www.ssvotech.org. You can apply right online or do call our counselors here at school and we can get you in for an interview. I hope that you enjoyed the day as much as I did, and you'll hear from us soon.